What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock could do. So we are at all-time highs, you guys. We talked about kind of this run into earnings, finally saw that come into fruition today, broke through the all-time highs that we set about a month or so ago, and we are on our way with still a couple more trading days going towards earnings. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. We are up $2.20 on the day. So we'll cover how it traded today. We'll cover what the future of the stock could look like. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are. And I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So real quick, what I love about today also is the indexes. NASDAQ was only up 0.09%. The S&P was, or excuse me, the Dow Jones was down actually 190 points, and the S&P was down 0.35%. In a day like that, Apple is up $2.20, which is 1.61%, up another 30 cents after hours. It's pretty much almost 2% if we count the after hours. But more than that, we made an all-time high, right? So let's take a look at kind of yesterday, what we talked about, how that played out, right? We ended the day kind of at the 137 mark. And because we had gone up for 2 days and the fact that it was a Friday, I said, hey, the potential of a little bit of a pullback could happen, which would be this 136 level. But then I said, hey, that's not really enough of a pullback. So if we see an actual pullback, right, I think we pull back a little bit more. Not saying we drop all the way to our next level at 133, but somewhere in the middle, right? And so right out the gate, what happened was we had a little bit of a gap down, right? 135, pushing up, getting rejected by this level, which is exactly what we talked about yesterday. Right out of the gate, we saw a little bit of a sell-off, right? 135.02. Granted, it's not a huge sell-off, right? But when you consider the fact that yesterday we ended the day at 137, the fact that we go down 135 is a $2 pullback. Really quickly bought up though. Then I was watching this 136 level, right? And then that 136 level got bought out. We went all the way to 137.66, which is not all-time highs, right? But then we came right back down to test this 136 level, validated that level one more time, right? As a level of support. Pushed up, kind of got back to where we were before, and then really nice push the rest of the day. Made a high today of 139.85, and then kind of sold off into the close a little bit at 139. So we're up close to close, $2.20. But if you talk about this rally from 135 to 139.85, we're talking almost a $5 rally on the day. Now, let's take a look at what that means for the future. In terms of my current positions, I continue to hold my shares. I got out of my Apple call today. I had it preset. I was away from my computer and it just happened. I do think that we have the potential of going up even further Monday and Tuesday. I got to my profit target a lot faster than I was expecting it to, so I just let my kind of trade plan work out. If it seems strong on Monday though, looking to get back in, and then vertical put spread is looking good too. So we are here at 139.85. The previous high we had was 138.79, right? So we set a new all-time high, which is great. So what happens next, right? As you guys know, we have earnings coming up on Wednesday. I'm expecting this earnings to be kind of one of the best earnings that Apple has had because of their iPhone, their services that they've launched recently. We're talking MacBooks because everyone's working from home and schools are from home and all that. So I'm expecting, you know, great earnings report. I think one of the best yet, if not the best. So I think there is still run room, right? So what do we have coming up from a level of kind of resistance if we push up? Really, the only resistance I see is this 139.85. That's the high of today. Then we're talking mental resistances, right, guys? 140, maybe by the dollar, maybe every couple dollars. 145 for sure. 150 for sure if we see that. Now, one thing that I will say though, right, is I know a lot of you guys have been asking, and we'll get into kind of the support and resistance right after. Do you hold through earnings? And the reason that I personally don't like holding through earnings is for various reasons, right? The first one being the uncertainty. That one's obvious. Last time Apple beat earnings, you know, it still fell after, and it was a sell the news type of event because everyone was kind of expecting everything that they had to say. So even though they beat earnings, the stock fell, which is confusing. The other side of that, though, let me just acknowledge the other side, is that Netflix, right? Crazy earnings beats, was up like $70 the next day. That could totally happen too. So it depends on what you think is going to happen. Do you think Apple is going to have earnings, right, that don't just need to be good, because that's what they were last time. They beat expectations. They need to be like either monstrous, or they need to come up with some guidance that says, hey, we are gonna do this, and that gets everyone excited. If you think that, then yeah, definitely hold through earnings. If you think though that, you know, they're gonna beat earnings, but it's not gonna be crazy, it's not a bad idea to get out, because otherwise you'll get hit with the second reason I sell is the IV crush. So a part of your option price, if you pay $3 for a call, part of that is the implied volatility, right? If a stock's moving a lot more, the option for that share is going to cost more. So when you get through, as you get closer to earnings, right, the implied volatility, meaning the chances that a stock is going to, you know, flip or move a lot, is going high, right, because of earnings and how people react to it. After earnings, though, you have what's called the earnings crush, the IV crush, which means that even if you are, let's say Apple is at 145 or 150, let's say 150, right? 145, let's call it 145 by earnings. It stays at 145 after earnings. The value of your call will go down because that IV, which is kind of making up a small portion of your $3 price of the options contract, is going to go down. That's the second reason I get out. So again, it depends on you. I am planning on definitely playing options on Apple next week, 100%, assuming I can kind of get a clear sense of direction. I'm looking to play it. But that being said, you know, which or how long I plan to hold, probably not through earnings. I have shares, so if we do see that massive gap up, like we saw in Netflix, I'm still going to benefit from that, right? Because I continue to hold my shares. But, you know, not planning on, you know, holding my options through earnings. Vertical put spreads, though, I will hold through earnings. Just wanted to clarify that. So now getting right into the video, apologize. I just wanted to cover that because I know it is a question that a lot of people have asked. So I figured let me just provide a quick explanation. Now on the upside, right, we've got this 139.85. 140 mental resistance, probably 145 mental resistance, 150 probably bigger mental resistance. After 139.85, right, we don't really know what point could be a next stop because Apple has never gone above this level. So it's a matter of supply and demand, right? Kind of like where a lot of stocks have been in recent times because of how well the market's been doing. On the downside though, we've got a couple kind of points that we could look at, right? And the best way to do that is kind of the hourly chart. It kind of struggled a little bit at this 138 level, right? So if we see a little bit of a pullback, I'm watching that 138 level as sort of the first level that, you know, it could find support at. Then I'm watching this 136.05 level for my next bounce, right? So watching this 138 and then watching the 136.05. Not necessarily saying that it's going to go down and stay down, right? Like we saw today. Boom, right out of the gate. Oh, I gotta zoom out first before I can say that. Right out of the gate, right? We closed 137, right? Pre-market gap down a little. When we opened, we dropped from 136 to 135.02. But it was like a quick boom, boom, right? Again, something similar like that could happen, taking us down to that 136 level. And then, you know, I'm expecting that level to hold for now. But if we don't, then we could also go to this 135.02 level that we went today, right? So the first level I'm watching, 138 on the downside, 136.05, and then I'm watching that 135.02 from today. So those are my three levels that I'm watching on the downside. Again, I think we're still gonna go up into earnings, my personal belief, but we could see kind of that little dip at the beginning before we go up. The other thing though, and I kind of said this yesterday too, I know we are up from 127 to 139, 12 bucks in 3 days. So a little bit of a pullback could happen. I just think though that the expectations that we have for earnings are probably going to keep pushing it up. Just know that the chance of a pullback is always there after we've gone up this much, but I do think it's going to continue for at least another couple days. And then earnings will really determine if we see a sell the news or if we see a gap up, right? If we see great earnings that we were expecting, probably sell the news. If we see great earnings plus, hey, by the way, we are looking forward to this news that we didn't know, I think gap up, right? So on the downside again, 138, 136.05, 135.02, this 133 level, and then the 8 EMA is right at 133.2. And I think that that should hold up as good support, at least through earnings. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys were super excited about, you know, the way Apple's been trading this week. I've covered it for a while, and a lot of the time that I've covered it, it's not been doing too hot. So the green days we get are great to see. I've held Apple for as long as I can remember and hope to continue to do so for at least, you know, the near future. So not even near, long future, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys posted. I appreciate all the I appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. Thank you for that. All the nice comments you guys leave. It really makes my day. And for helping me grow the channel as well. Hope you guys all have an amazing weekend. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.